Okay, so the first thing I did is I took the pictures of the items that I'm going to be loading, and I usually do it in groups of like 25, 20, 15, whatever will fit over here in the order I took the pictures. And I also go through and number baggies. So I will go through and number all of these bags. So as I load the item into the spreadsheet, I can go ahead and put the item into the bag, and then I stack them in these bins that I get from the dollar store in the order so I can easily grab them. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go over to your open a new window, and you're going to do a search for the Whatnot CSV file, and then click on that. Then you will click on this, which has the Whatnot logo. It's the only one available at the top, so easy to pick. All right, so you want to click here for the first thing you want to do is create your CSV file. So click on that. All right, now I am a jewelry seller, so this video is going to be specific to loading jewelry, but you can use it for other items. You just might need to finagle it a little. All right, so this one, we're non-coins US for jewelry, and it's going to bring up its template. All right, and then, so first thing we want to do is create a copy. So this is their template. You cannot make changes to this one. It will not let you. So the first thing you need to do is make a copy of it. All right, so make a copy. This is where you can name it if you want to. I don't name it. I just leave it copy of Whatnot CSV template, because then I know that's my template. But you can name it whatever you want. I don't. I just leave it. So then you click make a copy. That was Bruno. I promise that was not me, if you heard that. My dog sleeps under my desk as I work, and he is a snorer. So you will hear him throughout the video, I'm sure. All right, so now that we have our copy, we're doing jewelry, so we want to click over here. There he goes again. And we are going to choose jewelry. All right, there's jewelry right there. Okay, so then if you just click on that, now this is still going to populate it for the last item they had over here. It does not apply to jewelry. So what you have to do is finagle it a little bit. So if you come over here to the jewelry, go down to the bottom corner, get the little cross. Then you want to drag that down a few spaces. And now if you come over here, sometimes it'll pop right down. Sometimes you have to click on this and then wait a second and then click on it again. Now it populates it for the jewelry. So this particular show, I am doing mostly contemporary costume. If you were mostly doing sterling silver, you'd want to choose that one. I would choose whatever you're mostly doing for that show, because you're going to copy it down. And then you can change, the ones that do not apply to that as you enter, but it's easier just to pick the one you're mostly doing to copy it down. All right, so then now that you have that there, you need to copy it up. So what we're going to do is get that little cross again, and we're going to drag it up. Oh man, I was going to try to do this without the Bruno snoring, but it's just not going to happen, because then he'll be whining at the door. So better the snoring than the whining. All right, so now I number my items. So in this space where this is your title, so this is what's going to be the title of your item in your show. So I do number 1, space, the dash, and then space. And then I come over here to the description. This is where you would put the little thing below your title. And I'm not even sure it shows that on our shows at this time, but I put it there anyway. It does print out on their invoice. And there I do asterisk, and I do as seen in live, no cancellations. And that's what I put on all mine. So I'm going to populate with that. And I'm saying populate just so I sound fancy. But we all know I'm not fancy. But hey, we can pretend for this video. All right. this is where you would choose whether you're loading buy it nows or auctions. So you can use the spreadsheet to also load buy it nows. This particular show I'm loading the auctions for. But if you're loading a bunch of your buy it nows and you want to use the spreadsheet, you can also use it for that. All right, now that's, so I change that to auction. The price for me, I do all $5 starts, but this is where you would put your prices, and you can either populate this with what you mostly start your items at. If you do mostly $10 starts, if you do mostly $8 starts, $2 starts, whatever you mostly do, you can go ahead and populate it, or you can just leave it blank and just enter that as you go along for each item. For me, I'm going to leave it at 5 since all mine are 5. This is your shipping profile. You want to, this particular show is mostly light jewelry items, so I'm going to choose the 1 to 3 ounce. If you're doing mostly heavier items, you would choose the way that's going to apply to most of the items you're loading. All right, so 1 to 3. I am doing auction, so the offerable, it does not apply. So I'm going to delete that. All right, then I'm going to scroll over. This one is not, so none of my items are hazmat, so I'm going to leave that there. The condition, this is still applied to the item they had defaulted in there, so you're going to want to drop that. That is still applying to their item, so you're going to have to finagle again. Come down to like the 3rd item, and then now it's applying to jewelry. Sometimes it will automatically pull that up. Sometimes you have to do what we did on the other side with clicking on the little edit thing. Sometimes you have to finagle it, but this time it gave it to us, so we're going to choose pre-owned good, which most of my items are. So I'm going to select that, and then again you can change that. If you have a damaged item, you can change it for that particular item. All right, now this is where you would put your cost per item. So if you want to keep track of how much you paid for each item, you could go ahead and put that in this column. I do not do that on this spreadsheet, so I delete it. If you scroll over, this is where you would add your pictures if you want to do that to the spreadsheet. I find that it's more time consuming to do it that way than to just load it in the show from your phone real quick. So I will show you how I do it in this video. This one you would have to upload your picture, take your pictures, upload it to your computer, and then you would have to copy and drag them and put them that way. That is just more time consuming to me, so I don't do it that way. All right, so next what I do is I come over here. Now that I've got the whole first line filled in, I highlight the first line, and there we go. So it's highlighted. So now again, I'm going to come to this and get the X or the cross so that I can go ahead and copy this down, drag it down. And I'm going to drag it down. Now, if I'm doing all 75 items, like I usually load 75, 80 items in my show, so I will drag this down. You can see over to the left that it has numbers, so you can kind of drag it wherever you want. It doesn't matter. You can delete extra ones, or you could drag it even further. If you get down there and you need more, you can still drag it down. It will. So now you can see that it has increased. It had it put the numbers in there for me, so all of my numbers are there now. So now I just need to click here, enter my first item, which my first item is this Premier Designs necklace. Oh, okay, got it. So I'm going to load the information for that. And we're going to do, cap tops. Okay, Premier Designs convertible necklace. All right, and I measured this earlier, and you can either wear 18 inches or 36 inches. All right, and I do put the information about the item in the title, because one of the biggest benefits of preloading your show is the pre-bid option. So if somebody is popping into your show, they don't have time to stay, or they're wanting to see multiple shows because there's multiple people they like on, they can go ahead and check out your store and see what you have in there, and they can go ahead and place a pre-bid. And so that way you're not missing out on bids from people that may want to bid but can't stay until you run the item. So I do recommend putting at least the measurements in there, the size or the length. If there's any flaws, I put that in there also. All the information they'd want to know before they placed a pre-bid. That's what I do. All right. So then after you enter the description for that line, all you do is hit enter and it takes you down to number 2. Hit enter again and it will populate your cursor into that line. And then I do a space to space it after the the dashy thingy. But it doesn't keep the space there, so you have to keep hitting the space, but that's no big deal. All right, so my next, and then after I load that, I put it in the number 1 baggie. So that was number 1, so it goes in the number 1 bag. And then it goes into one of these bins and so forth. So I'll have 1, 2, 3. So this whole bin will be full of baggies with numbers on it. So as people request items, I just flip and find that number, pull it out and show it and run it. So it makes it quick and easy. All right, so then number 2, I'm going to do this Avon. This one is a sterling silver Avon necklace. All right, so sterling, Avon. And you want to put the information they want to for sure that's going to grab their attention at the first, because as you know, they do not see the whole line when they're scrolling through your items. So put the important stuff up front. All right, so this one is Avon sterling silver bear necklace in box. Okay, and I don't know the length of this one because it's still in the package and I would have to open the package to measure it. And I want them to be able to give it as a gift if they want. So we're going to leave that. Let me get a sip of water here. All right, so then of course that's going to go in number 2. All right, so I put it in number 2 bag and then it's going in the tote. All right, so this one is Premier Designs. I'm going to load that one. Oh, then we're going to do enter, space. All right, and Premier Designs, Mother of Pearl, and black glass station necklace. All right, this one is 30 to 33 inches. And so I put the measurement there. All right, so then I hit enter, space, and that one's done. And we're gonna put that in the number 3 bag. All right, number 4, we're gonna do Carol Lee. Aqua blue pendant necklace. Oops. All right, and this one I can't remember, so I'm going to measure it again. And it is 15 to 18 inches. So I'm going to do 15 to 18 inches. And then enter, space. Put it in a baggie, number 4. And in my tote. Tote. All right, got it. Okay, one more, and then we are going to upload to the show. We're just going to do 5. Right, this one's Leah Sophia. Silver tone. Let's see what this one measures. 30 to 32 on this one. That's Bruno, I promise. Long necklace with tag. Okay, so now I'm enter. Now you can either delete these empty lines. You want to delete the empty lines because when we upload the CSV spreadsheet, if those are still there, it will upload those to your show, and then you'll have a bunch of blank lines that you'll have to delete out of your show. You can either do it on this part or after we download the CSV spreadsheet. I'm going to go ahead and do it on the next step because I'm going to continue to load my items for this show after the video. So I'm going to leave this here, but I will show you how to delete it in the next step. But You could delete it here too. All right, here. Next step is to File, Download, and then go down to CSV. And then it's going to shoot it down here. And I'm going to give it a minute. My computer takes a minute to actually download it. All right. And now we open it up as soon as it wants to. Maybe your computer's faster than mine. Okay, so now I opened it up over here into a software program that's for spreadsheets. So I'm pretty sure I use the free version of the Open Office spreadsheet. So I think that's what it opened it up to. But whatever one you have on your device, it will open it up into there. All right, so this is where I come and delete these. So here I'm highlighting all the ones I want to delete. Scrolly, 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 scrolly. All right, and it shot it down quick, but we could just hit delete. All right, and they're gone. So now we're left with the 5 that we want to actually put into the show. And we go up here to File, and then Save As. And then we are going to choose where we want to save it. I save it into a Whatnot CSV spreadsheet folder. This is the 3rd time I've attempted this video, so there's already one here. So what I do is I name it the date. So today's August 11th, 2025. So I named it that. You can only save it one time under the same name. So if you're uploading, say, 5 at a time, 20 at a time, I usually do 25 at a time. Or you can do the whole show all at once. But your first try, you're definitely going to want to do like 5 and give it a test go before you enter all the information. You don't want to load like 75 items and then not be able to upload it into your show. So you want to do a test drive. All right, so I've already done that. So I'm going to name this one number 3. So as you do an additional one, instead of keeping the same name, just change it a little bit, and then hit save. And then it's going to pop up this window that has a bunch of information I never read. I don't know if I've ever read it, but I do know that you click on yes. So, all right, so now that we've done that, you want to go over to your show that you're uploading it into. And this is where I am loading for Array Train tomorrow. Then you click on add, and then create temporary listing. Now, the reason we choose temporary listing, let me do add again. To do a quality listing, you have to have pictures attached. So it will not let you load it into as a quality listing because we did not upload the pictures. So it will turn it into a quality listing after you add your pictures, and I think it's just the pictures. You just have to load the pictures, and then as far as Whatnot considers it, it's a quality listing. But so to upload the spreadsheet, we're going to do the temporary listing. And then you scroll down here, and then it says the upload CSV. And then you want to go find the one that you want to upload. So this is the one that we did, the one that was number 3. So I'm going to choose that one. Oh, so whatever you named it, you just need to be able to find it so you can upload it. Make sure you upload the right one. If I chose this one and it was from yesterday, it would upload all the wrong items into the show. So you want to choose that one. And let's hit open. Now you can watch over here. It's going to populate all of those ones we added. So it will shoot all that information in there for you. All right. And then from here, I'm going to show you on my phone how to upload the pictures to each listing.